Good rising. This latest surge in the Schumann Resonance has an energy theme, and it teaches us something. The theme is rest and reset. And what we could learn is our world has changed forever. Good morning, everyone. It's good to see you all. Yeah. Nice to see everyone. Hello. Yeah, so I was feeling the energies before. I was aware that once again, the Schumann Resonance has shown this surge of activity. So I'm practicing what I preach, and I'm here because I know a lot of you are feeling this as well. And it's my duty to get this out to all of you on this journey right now for this event. And we could see a lot in this latest activity. 1,200 light warriors, 1,200. And we could reflect on how the resonance has changed so much in 1 year. And what we're seeing lately is it's not just one off the chart reading. It's becoming very regular at this point. 1,200. So I'm going to go through what the energy theme has been for this time period. Everyone's like 1,200, 12. It's like, bring us more, right? We're used to this by now. Bring us more. So we're going to go over this theme, and we're going to go over what it means. And then we're going to have some fun and collaborate and see what all of you are experiencing. Some of you have shared with me what you're experiencing. So we'll go over that as well. Hello, everyone. I am Michael, and I help guide people on the evolutionary journey. The Schumann Resonance has surged again, and there is an overlying theme to this energy right now, and it's rest and reset. And as I reflect on my life, that's what I experienced in the last 24 hours. So if I go back to yesterday, or approximately 12 to 18 hours ago, we're global and people on every continent are hearing this message right now. So I was not very motivated. And a lot of you know that I'm very motivated. And I just was tired and unmotivated. I had the urge to just rest a day and reset. That's not very normal for me. I kind of have the motto when it comes to this mission that I'll rest when I'm dead, right? And that's usually my motto. But to have the urge to just rest and reset, I really listened to that yesterday. And that's why I'm here early with this update, because a lot of people need to know this information. So right back at them, keeps going, right? So I rested, and I wasn't motivated maybe to share yesterday, take a little time back to reset. And, you know, I saw that in the previous day. So I saw like a lot of people weren't around. I said, you know what, maybe it's time just to take just a little break. I guess we're all allowed a little break once in a while, right? So unlike how I normally am, I didn't even really leave the house, and I slept in the middle of the day. So around 3:30, I slept, and that's not normal for me lately. And I had a deep sleep. And when I woke up, my mind was giving me maybe a new path to maybe focus on. Maybe it's relevant, maybe it's not. But a little bit earlier on this journey, and I'm just using this as an example, I was sharing with all of you Mandela effects. And Mandela effects are relevant, and it kind of goes together with the Schumann resonance as we're seeing that the fabric of our reality is changing. Some of you might be familiar with Mandela effects. And these are little glitches in reality, things that we all remember collectively never existed. And I just felt called that maybe I need to refocus and share this. I feel that in the past year, a lot of people are more open-minded to these things, where when I started sharing them, maybe they didn't get a lot of traction, but now we're coming to realize that there are a lot of aspects of this matrix reality that are fake, and we're seeing it all crumble. So Mandela effects are actually very relevant to the awakening process. And if I reflect back on my journey, when I went down the Mandela effect rabbit hole, a lot of things shifted for me. So I feel maybe it's time that there's a lot of people that are ready to experience the Mandela effect rabbit hole. So I woke up with that, and I started to feel a little bit more motivated. And I also was experiencing extreme thirst. So you got to stay hydrated during these times. Always listen to your body. So whenever you feel these shifts in energies, remember that water is the most energy conductive material, and it flows throughout the body. Your DNA is picking up on all these energies. So some of you might not have heard this if you have stumbled across this message and you're looking up information on the Schumann resonance. 93% of the function of DNA is light and sound reception and transmission. So when these energies in the electromagnetic spectrum are coming in and they're measured with the Schumann resonance readout, they're affecting your body. So you also want to have a lot of water in your system and keep drinking and hydrating during these time periods. Your whole body is resetting. So we see the urge to rest and reset. That's what our whole world is going through. We're going through a great reset right now, and everything is going to be different. And there are certain terms that are used, but when we look at them maybe from the science lens and an authentic lens, it actually is true, because we're seeing the change in the frequency of the planet, of our world. And that's what the Schumann resonance is. So we could clearly see a difference in this frequency, in this energy that we're all in right now. So as we go through this time period, and we've talked about how linear time is fake, you know, I might have experienced this. You might be experiencing it today, or maybe some of you experienced it a little bit before I did. It's a shift. So when I present, we talk about shifts, because it's not all going to happen at the very exact moment, but it's a time period. And that's the time period that we're going through right now. A lot of times I happen to be a little bit ahead with these symptoms and experiences. So that's why it's my duty to share it with other people so they don't feel alone during these time periods. And it's my honor to do so. You got to just push through, keep going, right? So we could see since December that just passed, we're now in a new frontier, right? We're seeing activity in the Schumann resonance that we've never seen before. And when we get these off the chart readouts, we're talking about power, and then over, I guess, 200 at this point. If we could reflect back to 2019, we could see in December of 2019, if you watch some of my work, that we were getting spikes in the Schumann resonance that were strong, more activity. And that started in, if you go back in future proofs past, we could use this as a science experiment. December 2019, and you could see how I was sharing that we were having these spikes. And then we got to the all-time high of 170. And then we continued to have these spikes and then periods of low. Now, since December of 2020, we have these off the chart, off the scale surges, whatever you'd like to call them. And now we're seeing that now that is the new normal, or whatever you would like to call it. Now we have shifted, and now this world is giving us greater energy. Why is this relevant, you might say? The Schumann resonance is connected to human consciousness, and we are exponentially expanding the consciousness for the collective. We're all becoming awake and aware of the truth about reality. And this is the scientific evidence of this shift. So the Schumann resonance can affect human consciousness, the people that live in the cavity of this world, or it could pick up on the brain waves of the collective. So it's connected either way. We're all connected. So we're all inside this cavity that is produced from the surface of the earth up to the ionosphere, the invisible layer in the atmosphere of electrically charged particles. And there's a frequency that goes vertically up and down from that layer to the surface of the earth. And we're all in that energy. So we're all connected. So we're all going to experience in some capacity these energy themes, these symptoms and experiences. I know that some of you have shared that you can't all sleep, but that's actually the opposite of what I felt. I was actually very drained and tired and not motivated. But I'm back, baby, right? I'm back. Always remember, and this is just for your journey, every once in a while, it's okay to take a little bit of a rest, because you also don't want to burn yourself out. And then when you sit back and you start to do different things, you might create a new habit. That's also called neuroplasticity. You might develop new pathways in your brain to now have new habits, new routines that might serve your greatest purpose. Maybe we'll start coming on earlier sometimes, right? But I feel that maybe a lot of things are going to be picking up. So maybe I need to start coming on twice a day. So the universe kind of works with you, even though if it kind of knocks you around sometimes, right? It causes the shifts inside of our body. And when the shifts happen on the inside of our body, then it's going to be reflected in the world around us. So we're all leveling up right now. And we could see this in these repetitive surges. We'll call it surges, right? They're more than spikes. We used to talk about spikes. Now we're going to talk about surges because they're off the chart. And to experience this 1200 spike, and then at the same time feeling that fatigue, maybe you're feeling fatigued right now. Maybe you don't feel motivated right now. We're all accustomed to our homeostasis, our body's point of regulation, what's normal for you during your journey. We're all different. So you have to know your own body and how you normally feel and how you go about your everyday life. And that's why this is relevant. That's why it's relevant to the channel. And that's why it's relevant to all people. And we should be conscious of these energies, because you could run, but you can't hide. We're all in these energies. It affects every single one of us. So let's be conscious of these energies. And let's also be conscious that we could see that there's a little bit of evidence that our world has now changed, because in about a month, we've had multiple surges that are off the chart. Reflect back to 2019, December into 2020. That's when spikes started. So it's kind of like we're crescendoing up maybe to the main event. Some people still ask me about the event, and sometimes we think about one moment in time, and that can happen. But the event is the shift of human consciousness. It will change forever. We're headed towards a new age for humanity. It's called the Age of Aquarius, right? The Age of Authenticity. You might have heard of the Age of Aquarius, also a phenomenal song, right? But we're going to a new age, and an age for all people that they're going to have an improved everyday life experience, the age of abundance. And throughout this shift, we're in authentic energy. So some people might have a difficult time during this transition. You might want to become familiar with Dolores Cannon. She spoke about this time period and the shift. And it's important that each one of us manage our physical vessel at this time. No one else is responsible for you but yourself. And that's what we all have to understand during this time. Aquarius, right? So you want to always manage yourself during these points of energy by getting the rest if you need the rest, by getting the correct foods and water intake that resonate with you. So, and we're all different. We all have different needs. Sometimes you might have certain cravings for a specific type of food. Listen to those and intake it. For me lately, it's been berries. So I've been going with that, and then other things. Sometimes you might go through periods where you're not as hungry. Remember, these energies are affecting us. So, your palate will change. You might have the desire to eat different foods, or foods that you have eaten in the past. They no longer resonate with you. And now it's time to try something different. We listen to other people to get experiences and help us on our journey. But we should always remember to listen to ourselves and listen to our bodies. And it's actually a skill to develop over time. Eventually, you become a well-oiled machine. And you'll be able to listen to your body efficiently, and you'll know what to do. Sometimes we need to let go and ride these energy waves. Take the wave. Just take it. Let go and let the energy take you to where you need to go. I told you could run, but you can't hide from these energies. We're all submerged in them. It's all around us. We're floating in the ether. Nikola Tesla. So we're unlearning and relearning about our reality. And when we think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, we unlock the keys to the universe. We could see the evidence of the shift of human consciousness for all humanity right now. We're seeing this evidence in the Schumann Resonance. We're seeing the evidence by the feelings that we get when we're aware of our homeostasis and we're aware of how our body normally feels. And when we get these energy bursts and how we might feel a little different, or we experience change. So it's important to be conscious of this, ride the waves. I know sometimes it can be a little bumpy. Remember, sometimes it's okay to take a rest. I don't like to do that much, but if it really called me like it did yesterday, then you need to listen to yourself, because sometimes you need to take a step back to take a giant leap forward. And that's maybe what we're all doing right now. So we're in a new year of 2021, the year we're going to win. And we have the energy of love, authenticity, positivity. And we ignore and push away negativity, exterior vibrations that want to hold our people down. But we're shifting right now, and we're shifting up to the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension is not a place, it's a frequency. And you're all vibrating on this frequency. So some people are experiencing life without fear, and some people are held down by the vibrations of the matrix reality. And when we unplug like Neo If you all seen that video, we're not actually pulling something out of the back of our head, but we're unplugging through subconscious programs. We're all programmed in the subconscious mind. And most of these subconscious programs come from birth to the age of 7. So when we unplug from subconscious programs, when we reconnect to nature, when we reconnect to the core creative frequencies, and we remove negative frequencies like 440 hertz, remember that, Light Warriors? 432 hertz, right? We want to reconnect to the correct frequencies. You are vibrating all the time. Every cell of your body is vibrating all the time. So the way we vibrate is going to dictate our physical and mental health and our overall everyday life experience. So let's be conscious of the Schumann resonance and these incoming energies. Ride the wave. And in the end, we're all going to wind up on the 5D earth. And so it is. All right, Light Warriors. How are you all feeling? Feeling the energy bursts as well? I love you all too. Appreciate all the comments. We're up. We're at them. We might be starting a new routine. Who knows? But, you know, it really feeling it and knowing how I normally am, and just to feel the urge to take a step back. It's important to be aware of this, that sometimes you need that. Yes, healing music, healing frequencies. You know, sometimes when you feel tired or you feel down or not feeling so great, we could utilize, you know, certain solfeggio frequencies. And I like to use 432 hertz and 528 hertz. And you could use them to just help you relax, or leave them on while you sleep, and you could achieve a more efficient, deeper sleep. And when you do so, you're healing. So we do most of our healing while we sleep. So we're going to want to sleep more efficiently, and that's also going to help us get through these time periods. So divine timing, Gina. I'm glad that this is helpful for you. And I appreciate if all of you, after we get off, if you will share this video message with the hashtag Schumann Resonance. And we're going to keep going, and we're going to keep sharing the information about the Schumann Resonance and how it's changing all of us. And, you know, this is authentic and it goes through the people. So you're all sharing if the message resonates with you. And that's what being on the 5D earth, being a fifth dimensional being, is all about. If it resonates, the message will carry itself. And I'm glad that from reading the chat that a lot of you found this helpful. So this is like just another wave that we need to go through. But definitely listen to your body. Definitely intake the right amount of water. You know, like by me yesterday, it was kind of rainy. Wasn't really great to go outside, but sometimes if that calls you, even in the rain, go out in nature and help recalibrate that way. Just take a short break, but find the nature spot by all of you. Third Coast, thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know, you see me all over the place. Different areas will have a different energy signature. Like sometimes you might see me at the beach or by a river or a lake, hiking on a mountain. And, you know, you're going to pick up different energies from those surroundings. So it's almost like how you get different nutrients from food. Everything has a vibrational frequency. So we should have certain foods that resonate with us, And when we go out in nature, we should also have surroundings, right? People, things, and situations. Our surrounding, what we consume, is going to affect our core vibrational frequency. So what we consume is not always what we eat and what we drink. It's also what we take in, what we watch, and what we listen to. So sometimes what we watch and what we listen to are actually lowering our core vibrational frequency, and it's attacking our mental health. And our mental health is connected to our physical health. So sometimes it's good to turn it off and get out in nature. And when you do that, you'll see your brothers and sisters out in nature, and you'll see how peaceful this planet authentically is. So sometimes the spells of Medea, they do not affect you. They do not affect you when you have the seal on the forehead. And if you're hearing this and a lot of these terms are new to you, you should check out the channel page, because a lot of this information is going to be very helpful in the upcoming months as we're collectively shifting to the 5D Earth. So sometimes evolution occurs under great pressure. We might feel a little nervous about the time period, but it happens for a divine purpose and reason. And it's going to be an interesting ride. Nicole, coffee and my words. That's a good way to start the day, right? I have the coffee here as well. I have it here still. But I hope that this was helpful for all of you. And Joyce, you know, it changes day to day. It's not always the same. I do listen to my body, but I always try to, I honestly always start with coffee in the morning. But I always take in a lot of water, and I eat what calls me at the time. But one of the things that I've incorporated recently during this are the berries. So you might want to find a fruit that resonates with you, because that also hydrates during this time period. Fruits are actually more hydrating than actual water. It's almost like a plasma, and your cells take it in more efficiently. Angela, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that giant emoji of coffee over there too. That's great. So yeah, it's important. It's important to focus on the timeline. Your perception becomes your reality. So remember, Schumann Resonance is connected to human consciousness. Where are you paying attention during this time period? Are you paying attention to the birth of the 5D Earth, or are we paying attention to negativity? So wherever you pay attention, that's going to become the reality. So I hope that this was helpful for all of you. And if you just came across this message, if you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because if we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. And look how large we've grown already. And if you just share with one other person that resonates with the message, we authentically grow. We will do it authentically, because that's what it's all about. That's what the 5D is all about. Corinne, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hey, you. Thank you. So manage how you feel right now during this time period. There's a lot of information. If you did stumble across this because of the Schumann Resonance title, why don't you look at the channel page, because there's a lot of information that will help you navigate this time period. So we're all infinite beings. We're all sovereign, and we have to make our own decisions, but we should have the consciousness, the information available to us to make these decisions and help improve our everyday life. Remember, we cannot control what is around us. However, we we can control from within. Be conscious of the Schumann resonance and the changes in ourselves, our world, and our reality. Use this to raise your vibration and increase your electromagnetism. Life is so much better when we are all together. If you find this message inspiring or know someone that could benefit from it, please share this message. Dear ones, I am Michael. Find us in the 5th dimension. Have a wonderful day living your everyday life. I appreciate all of you. Yes, the currency is flowing. The current, we're flowing like the current. Electricity, the water, it's all flowing. And it's important to be conscious of this. So please take the time today to share this message with the hashtag Schumann Resonance. Share it on all platforms. Share it to people that might be even interested. They might not be aware of a lot of these things, but they might just be interested in the time period. And we now have evidence to what's going on. So I appreciate all of you sharing. I appreciate your presence. I appreciate your attention, the currency of the universe. I hope this message was helpful for all of you. Have a great day. Namaste. All right, Light Warriors. I'll see you all soon. We'll see what the reality holds for us. And I think we're going to revisit the Mandela effect. So when you leave comments on this video, also leave comments if you want me to revisit Mandela effects. And there's also a playlist on the channel page where I talk about different Mandela effects that are hit home on my journey. Thank you. All right, Light Warriors. Get going.